Welcome back. We continue our conversation crowning the basketball players of the year in North Dakota, and we revealed our Class A boys player of the year in Joe Pistorius. Now it's time to reveal our finalists for the award in Class B. So here are the three finalists. Stanley Senior Wyatt Hansen, who was crowned Mr. Basketball earlier this month. St. John's Senior Kyler McGillis, who led the state in scoring at 28.6 points per game. And Hillsborough Central Valley star sophomore Carson Henningsgaard, who averaged 20 points per game while leading Hillsborough Central Valley to a second consecutive state championship. So 2 seniors and a sophomore. What made you settle in on this trio, Jody?
Well, Kelly, I just think when you take the entire season into account, the stats, the state tournament, the clutch factor, these guys really set themselves apart. I'll talk about the young gun first. Carson Henningsgaard was part of last year's state championship team for Hillsborough Central Valley, but watched 4 starters graduate from that squad, including his older brother. It could have been easy to temper the expectations this year, but instead, Henningsgaard stepped into a more significant role and flourished, leading the team back to a state championship. He averaged 20 points, 8 assists, 3 steals per game. Man, good luck stopping him the next 2 seasons. Now, Wyatt Hansen, he might be the most dynamic Class B talent we've seen in a long time. Not many players in North Dakota history have thrown down as many dunks as he did in his career at Stanley. But he really had an outstanding overall game, hence why he won the Mr. Basketball Award. He averaged 21 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. MSU Moorhead fans are going to enjoy watching him play in a Dragon uniform. Now, Hansen, certainly worthy of being named the Player of the Year, but I'm going to give Kyler McGillis from St. John the accolade after watching him perform so well on the biggest stage at the state tournament. He scored over 20 points in all 3 games, including 27 in the 3rd place win over Carrington. He did so much for that team all year long. 30-point games were the norm. And he helped the Woodchucks to a 25-2 record in their first state tournament appearance in nearly 70 years. That's insane. So McGillis and Hansen are 1A and 1B in my book. Congrats to both on stellar careers.
All right, definitely makes for a tough choice, but congrats to Kyler McGillis. Moving on to wrap up North Dakota with our player in Class B girls hoops. You have 3 finalists in this category as well. North Dakota's Miss Basketball, Anna Holen, North Star standout Stephanie Miller, who averages state best 21 points per game, and Langdon Edmore Munich senior Jordan Worley. Worley was a menace on both ends of the floor this year, so this is a pretty balanced group, isn't it, Jody?
You bet. All 3 of them have scored over 1,700 points in their career, Kelly, and really, they've been relied upon to lead their teams in a big way this season. Stephanie Miller had to step into a bigger role this year after the graduation of Macy Quilvang, who of course is playing at NDSU now. So now all the defensive attention was on Miller this year, and she still managed to average over 20 points per game. She had quite a career that included a 3rd and a 2nd place finish at state her sophomore and junior seasons. Now, Langdon Edmore Munich's Jordan Worley, she's really a dynamic offensive player. She's one of those players that can post up, shoot the 3, or attack the basket. Now, the 5'7" senior guard averaged 19 points, 6 boards, nearly 4 steals a game. She helped the Cardinals to a 5th place finish at state, and I think a lot of coaches from Region 4 are going to be pretty happy not to have to game plan for Jordan Worley anymore. But if I have to pick a best of the bunch, it's going to be Anna Holen from Lemoore Litchfield Marion. When it comes down to it, Holen is a winner. She won 3 state titles in volleyball. She helped the Lobos win 20 games this year and went over the 2,000 career points mark. I know they fell short of their goal to make state, but they also play in the toughest region, so I'm not going to falter too much for that. Holen was named Miss Basketball, and you won't get any argument from me on that. She was the top player in Class B, in my opinion, this year, Kelly.
All right, thank you, Jody. Do you have any guesses as who we'll be talking about in these awards next season? I know it's a long time away.
Yeah, that's a great question, though. It's never too early to get excited about next year, right? Well, in Class B girls, I think a name you're going to see on this finalist list next year in the next several years will be Abby Dukshire from Kindred. She was first team All-State this year as an 8th grader, so that tells you all you need to know about her potential. Obviously, all the underclassmen I touched on will have a great shot next year. I like Ben Bull's game from Bishop Ryan. He led his team to the state championship game this year as a junior. And for Class A boys, Brayton Muchenbaker from Davies is a good one. Trayton Mattern from Century had a bunch of miracle shots, played some great basketball down the stretch in the state tournament. Both of those guys are back. Jamestown has some good young players. The fun part will be seeing the star players that come out of nowhere. That happens every single year.
Yes, it does. I gotta love that part. All right, thanks for the conversation, Jody. I look forward to chatting baseball and softball with you soon. All right, when we come back, it's on to South Dakota for their Players of the Year in Prep Hoops, starting in Class AA. Stay right here on Midco Sports Tonight.